How's it going, guys? It's Najam. Welcome back to another video. Now in this video I want to show you a device that a lot of people overlook for retro gaming, and that is the Samsung Galaxy Fold. Now I've been using this instead of a handheld. All you really need is a Bluetooth controller like this one, and it turns into an amazing handheld for Retroid gaming and also some modern titles as well, simply because of this aspect ratio. This has an almost 4:3 aspect ratio, so it's very nice. And I can just go ahead and put this into the controller, and I'm going to show you a whole bunch of gameplay on this. So many systems just work really well, especially the older systems. They work really well because they were made for an aspect ratio like this, and also compared to a normal phone, this is much bigger. So you have an almost 7.5-inch display. It's also Super AMOLED, and it's also HDR and 120Hz, which is just really nice. So spec wise, obviously the Galaxy Fold series are one of the best smartphones because you're getting more than a flagship phone. You're getting not only this form factor but also really high specifications in almost every single way. So the CPU, the display, the GPU and everything is going to be top notch, assuming you get the latest model. Even the older ones, this is the Galaxy Fold 3 5G, and it's got a Snapdragon 888 5G system on a chip, and it is really powerful. It's really good. Now in this day and age, obviously it's considered last gen and things like that, but really it's not bad. It's actually pretty respectable in terms of performance. The Retroid Pocket 5 and the Pocket 5 Pro kind of have almost basically like the same performance as this. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you some emulation. I've been playing multiple games and multiple systems on this, and as you can see, Game Boy and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance is gonna look really nice. And also if you do get Pico 8, that will also work really well because this square display, as you can see in Game Boy Color running Pokemon, it looks really nice, and it fills up almost all of the display. Now as far as integer scaling goes, I've turned it off because the resolution on this is pretty high, and you don't really have to worry about it. Now because it's a really big display, you also have Game Boy Advance, which usually doesn't work well with a lot of Retroid handhelds. Well, on this one it works really well because it's a big display, and it looks really nice, and it also works really well. Now for those of you wondering what about PSP, and I love the PSP, and on this again it is amazing. You can't really fault it. It's a really big display, and it makes up for the borders on the top and the bottom, and because it is a Super AMOLED display, that's not really going to be much of an issue, especially at night time, because you can't really see the backlight bleeding or anything, since this doesn't really have any. Now SNES is also really nice. It's one of my favorite systems to play on this because it looks really good, the graphics are really nice, and also I can't really find anything to complain about. And or if you do want to play PS2, which this does really well, and I do recommend it for PS2. PS2 is absolutely amazing. Now I do actually want to mention the speaker system on this as well. You get probably one of the best speakers on any device. They are perfectly placed right and left over here, and you get just almost like a surround sound experience from this handle. Okay, it's not handheld, but you get amazing speakers. The bass and everything is really top notch. Again, you can't really find anything to complain about. Usually with handhelds, like D-pad is a bit iffy, the screen is a bit too small or maybe too big or whatever, and then speakers sound a bit tinny. Now in this day and age, the handhelds are getting much better, but this still, in my opinion, is much better than almost any other handheld you can find. And if you do get a more modern version of the Galaxy Fold series or whatever other phone that you can get, you will have the Snapdragon Elite CPU in there, and you can play PS3, Wii U, Nintendo Switch, and you can even play almost PS4 on these devices, and so that means, you know, look, a portable PS4, that is awesome. And PS2 looks really good, you can probably tell. So let me know what you guys are using for Retroid gaming. I'm really interested in a lot of handles. I'll be checking them out hopefully. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in another video.